Hi everyone, not long ago I made a video where I analyzed such a genre as glitch, and since then quite a lot of time has passed and I start to miss this. Today I will touch a more accessible but no less interesting direction, Folktronica. As usual I will analyze the origin of the genre, basics of the genre and recommended some albums. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Well, let's start. It's quite difficult to say who was the first to mix electronic and folk, but it's possible to say that they started experimenting with this formula back in the 90s. The most notable, in my opinion, was band Ultramarine, who mixed folk with downtempo. By 2000, the genre would acquire more defined canons, with such artists as Fortet and Tung, and would also acquire its own name, Folktronica. However, even now the boundaries of the genre remained unraveled, because each artist uses the formula of sound in his own way. Despite the fact that Fortet made a classic sound of the genre, namely IDM plus acoustics plus glitch, for the most part the boundaries of the genre are quite blurred, because not every band mixes IDM and glitch. It can be either a psychedelic influence, like Juana Molina, or a more classic sound with a slight electronic flavor, like Matryoshka. Also worth noting the Books, who interestingly combine Folktronica with sound collages. Now let's move on to the albums and worth checking out if you want to dive into the genre. I'll start with the Fortet in his magnum opus, Routes. A stunning album that despite its IDM structure has a great use of various acoustic instruments. I wrote about it in more detail in my old review. Of similar sounds I can recommend Sora, Resort. Here have ambient and experiment with sound collages. It is also worth mentioning the band Moom, who mixed folk with many genres, from IDM to post-rock. And finally, I can't help but touch on the album that blew my mind with its psychedelic beauty. And not only me, There's Ziv Crumbling, album that is better to listen to once and feel in its entirety. Folktronica is an extremely rich genre of the music, combining elements of sound from the past and the future. Artists get a truly unique sound. Let this genre never be popular and is unlikely to be because of its experimental nature, but it definitely gives warm emotion and hope for a bright future. Thanks everyone for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.